All right, guys, I'm at the King Richard Screener with
Team JVS.
Team JVS, baby. Hype it up. We out here doing our... What are your thoughts on this before we get into this thing, bro?
I've heard so many great things. I've heard this is an Oscar-worthy performance from Will. I just looking in anticipation for this to be a great film as much as an important one. So we're going to have a Q&A after the fact, and we'll see how many questions they really ask as well.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. This one I feel like it's going to be a game changer. So we'll let you guys know how it goes at the end.
Here we are.
That's all we have time for today. Thank you. Tim that was almost a professional tennis player. Was it Tim or Trevor? It was Tim that was almost a professional tennis player. So they had loved tennis. They had followed Richard Williams, and then they worked with Zach Balin, the writer who actually did the deep dive into the family and discovered that the Richard Williams was very different than what the vilified, villainized public persona was. And my interest, almost 20 years ago, I saw the interview that Richard did, the famous interview where he interrupts the guy, well, your old ass and me gonna be in the grave, you know? And I had seen that in that time, and it made a very powerful impression on me. Mainly because I remember looking at Venus's face during that interview, and I was looking at what is that face, right? And what it was a young girl who felt like she had a lion, right? And she had a lion that would protect her. She had a lion that would actually eat somebody who tried to hurt her. And at the same time, she knew her lion would never hurt her, right? And I remember remarking to myself at the time, that's the look I want in my kids' eyes when I show up, you know, because my father was a lion, you know, but he would bite me sometimes. And I remember that look, and it inspired me to want to explore Richard Williams, what is going on in that guy's mind. And it was a wonderful, beautiful, transformative experience to dive in and understand and portray this almost savant level parent.
All right, so that's enough from Will Smith. Let's talk to the rest. For best supporting actor, Will Smith. How did you all get involved? How did you all first get involved in this project? And one of the things I've wanted to ask both of you is, tell me about how much of the tennis did you have to learn, or did you already know it? Because tennis is on my sport of things I want, or my list of things I want to pick up. And so how difficult was it?
I think tennis was interesting. No, it was a lot of fun. I would consider myself athletic. I've been dancing my whole life, and I've played volleyball and basketball and all types of sports, but tennis was not one of the sports that I have played in my life. So learning tennis was difficult. It was very difficult, especially learning how to play like the greatest of all time. That was not easy. But no, really, I had a lot of fun, you know, and I think all of the soreness and tiredness and anger within myself, you know, for not getting it right, I feel like everything came together in the end, and I'm proud of myself.
You were a child tennis star who they cast to play the role.
For me, I didn't really play sports growing up. I mean, I ran track, but even then I was still trying to perform. Like, I'd run and be like, "Dad, are you watching?" And he'd be like, "Sonata, run!" But no, it was definitely interesting getting to step into Venus's shoes. I mean, it's, a lot to carry on a 15 at the time 14-year-old girl. But you know, I was excited, and I did fall in love with the sport too. And like Demi said, it's worth it. I mean, all of the tennis training and sweating and soreness and injuries, all of that was worth it because I know Venus would push through, so I did.
And you have to learn a dialect, and you have to try to act at the same time. And you know, they were really pushing the limits of what they were able to do. And you know, Saniyya, one of the most amazing things that, you know, I've ever seen an actor do. Saniyya not only had to learn how to play like one of the best tennis players of all time. Saniyya is left-handed.
Oh.
Saniyya had to learn how to do it with her off hand. And I was watching, and you know, there were what was beautiful was the life was imitating art, because there was a whole lot of parenting going on behind the scenes, watching the limits of what they would be able to handle. And there were only a couple days. There was one. Would you injure?
I have an injury in my hip now because of playing.
Yeah, she hurt her hip, and it was like, oh no, you know. And you know, Saniyya and Demi will never say that they're hurt. They'll never say that they're injured. They'll keep pushing and everything. So it was really beautiful to watch, and it was an absolute honor to walk with the two of you through this process.
One, I mean, you talked about the relationship between Richard and the daughters. What was also true and what was present was the role of their mother in this piece. And then also the relationship between Venus and Serena with each other, as well as with their other sisters. And so I was hoping you all could talk a bit about those dynamics, as well as what it's like to portray real people. This is a real family. You don't get to kind of just make it up on your own. There's a family somewhere that this Thanksgiving is going to be talking about how well or not well you did portraying their dynamic in a movie everyone just saw. How do you guys think about that?
No pressure.
No. Well, look, I just killed the I Am Legend dog. It's not gonna go. So,
I think what I love so much is that it was so real that we felt like the Williams family, you know, and it's always good to, you know, go to set and always look forward to seeing each other. That's something that I loved all the time. And, you know, getting to like go into Venus, it was just like Venus and Serena. We felt like them. And Will was like her dad. I mean, he was like, Junior, come here, Junior. He'd be like,
Come on now, Junior. Come on now.
No, but it's
Sit down,
great.
your feet's flat like an
And I said,
apple.
no, poison.
But Venus and Serena came on set, and you know, it was their sister Isha and Lindrea were producers and on the film every day.
Wow.
So we had family members at all times on set walking us through every detail. And what Venus was saying was how beautifully she felt that you captured the love and joy between the sisters. And what were you guys basing that on? What was the work and the research and what did you see that you were trying to capture in their relationship?
I mean, for us, like we were saying before, we just wanted everything to be as real and as natural as possible. So as soon as we found out that we booked the role, we got in touch with each other. I was living here at the time in New York, and Saniyya was in California, so we would like text and call and just check up on one another. And as soon as I got to LA for pre-production, I think like the day of, Saniyya came over, and we just like hung out every day after that. So even now, still even after a year later, after we wrapped, we call each other all the time. Like, Saniyya, what shoes do I wear with this shirt? What do I do with my hair? You know, like oh, Saniyya, hi,
Hi, Demi. So, can you watch me do my biology project? Yes, of course.
And you watch me put some potatoes in some water. And she would sit there and watch me put the potatoes in some water.
We also had a coach. We had an awesome, I don't know how we would call
I
it.
don't know if it's like a bonding coach.
Yeah.
Bonding
She was
It's
there.
going to be
with
called
us.
marriage counselor. Marriage counselor / bonding coach. That's what they do on the side.
No, but she really helped us, all 5 of us, really, to help us get to know each other and really helped us with that bond.
And talking character, and
Yeah.
she just tell us walk around, do something in character, and we just we just came alive and happened.
Channel your inner Serena or inner Venus,
Yeah.
Well, so much of the movie and the film is about the balance, how these 2 young stars are having to balance their schoolwork, their relationships. Well, we're sitting with 2 young stars. How did you guys balance that? How do you star in a major film like this while continuing to hold on to who you are and your identities and your childhood? What does that process look like for you guys?
My family is very, helpful in making sure that I get to be a normal kid while doing this stuff, especially with school. My mom will tell you she does not play when it comes to school. So I feel like that's something that's definitely helped me stay grounded just by being able to speak with my friends and, just attend a normal school and be a normal kid. I feel like that's always been really helpful throughout my whole career.
It's same as Demi said, family is everything for, especially my family. We have a big family, so that's something I could relate to. And my dad's from the South, so there's a lot of richer tendencies that I understood. But also, my brother plays football, so he's about to go to college, and we're spending as much time as we can with him. So that's been a transition in itself, just to see him grow into a man and spend as much time until he goes away. So that's been something that's bonded us and keep me stay as normal as possible. Teenager, go out, chill, start driving, sort of things like that.